You're right, but he's right though.
He put tariffs on them, $140 billion a year. You know what?
But
Putin out of Russia wants to do now 10 times more army and military we got. He's going to invade Ukraine. In Europe, we got 9 different allies. They're going to go with 4.
He knows
when they start fighting, we're going to start fighting. China's in it. It's a nuclear war. They call it a Cold War. Hey, blowout, radiation, go all over the world, kill everybody, poison their water, all fish. That's it. I tell you the Bible. Sickness.
The children of this world in this generation are wiser than the children of light, man.
Oh boy, boss man. Sickness, corruption, and sin on this earth. And in the Bible, as it's 22, he said in the last days we're living now. Sickness and diseases, corruption, sin was spread all over the earth. Look at the corona. Look at that. There's no cure for it yet. Schools are closed. Hospitals are full. What else? Did you hear about the tsunami today? Volcano making the waves that could go 15 feet high. Look at that. Volcanoes, tornadoes, earthquakes, and Baku's we're having. That's the global warming. God created all that, man. He created every bit of that, didn't he? Right or wrong.
Hey, I'll say this though, man created climate change though. That's man-made.
That was already.
But they still got
both sides still making it happen.
Okay,
That's still his judgment.
Boss man, can I say something before we go?
Go ahead.
Do you believe, and you, all of us, that we was in our mother's womb? When we come out and took our fresh breath of air that God had your life, been out from every second to minute a day. I don't want to know when I die. He's got our days and our times numbered. More. You can come like a bolt of lightning in the night. Fall over the night, and you're not used to can call you 1,000 different ways. I can preach it for 2 hours. I love it. But that's what's happening now, boss. It's come to the day where they got nuclear bombs. And we put tariffs against North Korea, Iran, Russia. Iran, in the last 2 days, busted off 3 of them. You know who got us in trouble? Run this country? Donald Trump. We're costing Russia $140 billion a year. China, $180. And they own 40% of them. You know what the country's turning into to be? Us white folks going in. You know what it's turning into to be? It's turning to be a communist country. China owns us in 15, 20 years. They own 40% of us now. And you know how many trillions of dollars we own China right now? 31 trillion. It takes 1,000 billion to make a trillion. Look what we own them. Buying everything up now, homie. Am I right or wrong? And we're living in the end times, the last days. It's in the Bible there. I read 3 scriptures a day and I pray. You think if I'd be 73, God wouldn't have brought me this far? It was God. I was at will winning. I live it. Anywhere I'm ever at, any city town I get to the church house. He's the one that's leading us, guiding us, directing us, give you every breath you take. Every hair on your head.
All right. You got enough time, man. You got yours in, man.
Hey, man. Hey, homie.
And the only reason why I didn't stop him because he was saying
He ain't say nothing wrong, bro.
He was saying a lot of facts. You gotta kind of let Esau come out with it, man. They be knowing some shit too, man. He's right, you know.
It can happen any day now.
Come back.
He waited all his life for that moment.
Hey, but that's for real, man.
He said you dropped the mic, bro.
Drop the mic out
Dropped the mic out there.
But the example of that is how lost are our people? No way, man. Jesus is real. America's about to come back. This is Jake talking like that. I don't sound like anybody, but Jake talking like that with that same mentality because they didn't drink the juice and drank the Kool-Aid, man. Fully lost in that asleep in this dream. So what are we trying to do? We're back. We're here to wake you the hell up, man, so you can see the actuality of the times of prophecies.
Look at all these hundreds of thousands past all of us ain't woke up.
Hold on.
We realize, homie. Don't we, Bob?
All right now. But we're trying to wake our people up, man. And our people don't want to hear it. They don't want to see it. They enjoy this state of sleep and of slavery, man.
And they think it, and they enjoy it because they been taught to think that it's comfort.
Yeah.
They think it's comfortable living in check to check. You know, don't know when you're gonna, you don't know if you can pay your bills. They've become accustomed to living this way, thinking it's comfort when really it's hell.
Right.
You know, and they it's like they sleeping in what is it, Tempur-Pedic bed to sleep, but you got shit, but you got shit all around.
Oh,
You got fucked up houses.
Our people are stuck in a hamster wheel.
Yeah.
thinking
Going
they
you know?
just feel like they getting somewhere.
Going
and
in
they
circles, bro.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
They're just hamsters going in circles.
You got some?
No, I saw it because he had mentioned how they're going to try to invade Ukraine.
Yeah.
This came up. It says headed to disaster. U.S. Russia hardened stances in
We're
talks.
talking about Russia.
And it says the failure of last week's high-stakes diplomatic meeting to resolve escalating tensions over Ukraine has put Russia, the United States, and its European allies in uncharted post-Cold War territory. And he mentioned that.
Yep.
Take a look at
It
there.
says
31 more
posing
years.
significant challenges for the main players to avoid an outright and potentially disastrous confrontation.
Last one it comes to is the Antichrist.
So basically,
Going off now.
the tensions over there are only worse and it's not getting any better.
Okay.
They try to pretty much put everything out on the table about this. Like,
Yeah.
we're trying to move forward with this, but how we gonna do this?
Yep.
Because you're not compromising and we're not compromising.
These are sanctions. They don't really hold no weight no more than they once did.
Right.
Because people have other ways to get, goods and things. They can go through China.
Esau has Russia has a lot of allies.
Yeah.
Powerful allies.
Okay.
Good, doing good business.
We got all the different
So the
laws.
sanctions don't mean shit anymore. Like, oh, throw some sanctions on them. They don't mean shit. Like, okay, we'll get it from somewhere else. We'll have to pay a little bit more, but hey, oh well.
Can I bring out the prophecies on Yep. Russia,
Man, Jesus.
Ukraine, Pakistan? Ezekiel
Ezekiel
38
Samuel.
and 1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying,
Preach to God.
Son of man, set thy face against Gog in the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against it. So if you look up an ancient map, Google the ancient map of the land of Gog and Magog, Meshach and Tubal, you'll see that the land is where Russia's at of today. Yep. And say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I'm against thee, O Gog, and the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth. And when you put hooks in somebody's jaws, you control them. So what is Russia trying to do? The Most High is putting the hooks into Russia to make them control what the opposing end of the Western world, of NATO and America particularly. And so what is he going to do with that? He's going to make Russia be allies with all those surrounding countries that are all going to raise
take
up
over all
and
of
oppose
Yeah.
the beast.
And the war.
Turning it back into the old Soviet Union.
Kind.
That's all.
That's what's banned it in 1991. Yep. That's why you got, going in Ukraine, Kazakhstan, they took Crimea a couple of years ago. Yep. So
Okay.
that's the Lord turning the hooks back. Yep.
Can I land back off it? Because that's the big controversy over the Nord Stream 2 pipeline.
Yep.
Because it allows Russia to enter into that gas petroleum market, because it's direct access into Europe.
Yep.
Because America,
I think it's to Germany.
to
Yeah,
Germany.
Yep.
Because America, like one thing that's been happening a lot recently is they basically increased their gas and petroleum production, I believe by 20%. Basically, it's a lot.
Fifth.
Exactly, kind.
Right. If you study what Kazakhstan,
Kind.
that they're actually trying to invade right now by using those. They try to say that they were protesters, but these were actually mercenaries that they actually set up and funded and trained them.
Yep.
So they trying to stage a coup to try to overthrow the Kazakhstan government so they can take it, because they actually is the greatest. They're the world's biggest producing what was it?
Put them in all.
Uranium.
Yeah.
Uranium.
They're the world's world's greatest producers in uranium.
Kind.
So that's why they're trying to
You
take
gotta have
it.
uranium
Yeah.
to make these good
And you
bombs.
need uranium to create
Kind.
the nukes.
That's the controversy over that treaty that America and Iran was in. It was over the production of uranium-235. As long as it was kept under a specific limit, you weren't seen as a nuclear threat.
And another thing is military positioning over there in Kazakhstan and Ukraine, so America can build military bases and
Put their
put their
missiles
missiles right there. Yeah.
Now let me say something, Salaki, right before you get back to that. And the importance to you niggas that think this don't affect you, right?
Yeah.
It's because once that USSR forms back together, they're gonna lob nuclear over here and destroy this place. And like the brother said, you don't have underground bunkers. You don't have nuclear fallout protection. It's gonna destroy you. While the elite is gonna go off to another land and fly into space and dig down in these bunkers, it's gonna destroy you. Okay? But you have the opportunity to escape it through the word that we're talking about. All right? Y'all got it.
Verse 4, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields.
Now those horses and horsemen, that's military equipment. That's choppers, that's jets, that's tanks, that's aircraft carriers. That's all these different missile systems and defense systems that they're gonna fight this Third World War with.
Yeah, land, sea, and air.
Land, sea, air, all of them.
And space.
Yeah, they got.
Yeah.
It was an article came out showing how they had Russia has this. It's like a diesel submarine,
Oh yeah.
and they had it circling a U.S. Navy carrier, and
Undetected.
undetected.
Yeah.
They didn't even know that the Russian submarine was just swimming around they shit, man.
Kind. The same thing happened, I believe it was like a year or two ago when they was off the coast of California.
Yeah,
Remember?
yeah, man.
All of them handling swords, which is the modern day gun projectile. Missile, you know? Persia, which is Iran,
Yeah.
you know? Ethiopia and Libya with them. All of them handling, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togomar.
And the shield and helmet represents the money and the strength of preparedness for war. I mean, we have enough money to really be in a serious fight. Because think, if you didn't have no armor, you might have had a sword, right? But the next man got armor and a horse, you done. He got advantage. Well, they all have that same power now, and
They
that's
have
what
that military sophistication to defend themselves
against
if they
a
get
major
attacked.
power like now. That's why I said in Joel, let the weak now say that I'm strong. You got it, bro.
Gomer and all his bands,
Because
the house of
we'll take
Togomar
over
and the
Europe,
North Quarters.
run into
I believe that's like
Alaska,
around Turkey.
and then basically take us.
Go, right?
And all his bands and many
Thank God
people
we got
with him.
All those countries listed, they all happen to be
Thank God we got a
Islamic
president like
countries.
the Sister Harris.
And they have one thing in common: they hate the Israeli state.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Russia takes advantage of that. He knows that they don't like Israel.
Putin's gonna do what he wants.
So he's
gonna
what
invade
does
Ukraine.
Russia do? Well, I'm gonna actually play
He's gonna throw us
chess.
in the Cold War
I'm gonna
on
build relations with all those nations.
because he's gonna take all over Europe and we're gonna
Because
fight him for that sword.
This won't allow the Western Edomite to
Kind.
take posture
Yeah.
over here on this side of
Hey,
the world.
you're in church, man.
Because
You're in
we're a
church.
rising superpower. So we can't give them that leverage. So why not
That's
have
right.
relations with
We
some of
can't be
these
easy.
Islamic countries
Joe Biden said
that we can actually do deals with and actually protect them, so that we can do business over here and keep our economy moving.
Yeah.
You know, we can sell our weapons and arms and petroleum or whatever else.
Offer protection.
This is the defense system.
S-300s, S-400s.
Because to be a small country, to be allied unto Russia, that's, hey, they feel like, okay, we got backup.
We got
Let's take
protection.
over Ukraine.
You know
we,
what I'm
got, we,
saying?
got, we got all of our allies.
We got backup. We're not we can't just, we're not just gonna be bullied by America
We're gonna be on a
and our enemies, you know?
Ask Syria.
Kind.
They had a hard time with the Syrian regime. They tried to stage that was it a chemical attack years ago when Trump was still in
They
office?
killed they put it on their own people.
Yeah,
They tried to
kind.
blame it on
Kind.
their own people.
Yeah.
And Russia
Yeah.
supplied them with those defense, because I think it was a couple EU countries, NATO countries, they did drone strikes on them. Turned out only a couple hit, but all the ones that they were sending down, they was intercepting them. Thanks to Russia.
Yep.
And many people with thee, be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, and thou Like thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee